ready, but I'm not ready at the same time. Look at that old ass Xbox profile picture that I think I paid for. Yeah, the old picture. Team BR, baby. All right. There we go. All right. Episode 6.
Did the same in the 70s.
You will go no further.
If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story.
We gotta save Alice. That guy got fucking yoinked.
You're the lady of the light in the song.
He left something behind to help me. The clicker.
Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim.
We got the clicker, baby.
Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
I can get to her now. I can finish this.
Episode 6. Departure. New York City 2 years ago. Man, having cold sweats. In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made.
I had a hangover. My head was about to explode and the
Boy was
light
drunk.
hurt my eyes. I needed my sunglasses and painkillers to dull the pain. In one of my finer moments of self-deception, I swore to quit drinking.
That buzzing is rough. Hey man, you probably should stop drinking. Yeah, get sunglasses and painkiller. What a life this man's living. Put them some bitches on.
The sunglasses made the world look bearable. Now I could keep my eyes open without feeling like a vampire in the sun. I wasn't sure I'd make it out there without some painkillers.
What a life he's living. I don't think I've ever been that. I mean, I've been drunk. I ain't never had no hangover like that.
Pills worked fast. The prospect of being awake started to seem bearable again. There was a message waiting for me on the machine.
It's the same room we've had before.
You have one new message.
Ow!
Ah.
Are you still asleep? Wakey, wakey! You should have your show on your TiVo. If Alice wasn't too mad to record it. And she called me earlier and really chewed me out. Yeah, we went a little overboard last
Some
night.
V8.
But parties are a part of this business. Al, look, I'm saying this as your friend. She's not doing your career any favors by trying to run your life like that, okay? I'll talk to you later, Al. Watch the show.
Watch the show, man. Let's go watch it. See if there's any thermoses laying around. Nah, we're good. I go outside? That'd be cool, right? Fuckers.
I'd been a guest on the talk show the previous night, talking about my latest book. The show was supposed to be waiting for me on our TiVo.
What a word.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Harry Garrett?
come back to the Harry Garrett Show.
Do you want to sit down?
Thank you, everybody. We have a great show tonight. I've been talking with the best-selling author Alan Wake about his new
Alan!
book, The Sudden Stop.
Yeah, good read. Go buy it.
No, it is a good read. Look, I'm gonna be honest here.
Is that wise?
No, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I got people who give me the lowdown on books. I'm a busy guy, but this one I actually read from cover to cover. I mean, I'm a big fan.
Wow, thanks.
Now, this might be a spoiler for those who haven't read the book yet. Based on the sales figures, the 2 people out there who haven't read the book yet. But this last book is all about the death of the main character, the hard-boiled New York detective, Alex Casey. Now, there's been a lot of outrage about this. Why the hell did you kill Casey? What the hell were you thinking, man?
Good riddance. No, seriously though, 7 years and 6 books is a long time. He was a gloomy guy to spend all your working hours with, and it was a good run. But it's time to explore new things. My next book will be a departure from the old for me.
Departure.
You
Roll
selfish
credits.
bastard, always thinking of yourself. Well, you've certainly given us a lot of entertainment over the years. And now that you mention it, Casey was a gloomy guy. Never had much luck with his love life with the ladies. Was that autobiographical in any way?
Yeah, no kidding. Casey's lady friends tended to die on him. With Casey, it was all about his pain. No, nothing autobiographical about that. I'm a happily married man. My wife is my muse.
Well, congratulations. That's great to hear. So, how's the publicity tour been treating you?
Good.
I'm trying to pick
Great.
up on anything if they're
But
dropping
I gotta
small
say,
things
I'm
at me
glad to
here.
be back home in New York.
New
Well, you've certainly
York.
been on the news a lot lately. Lots of parties and, you got into a fight with some paparazzi.
They deserved
Oh,
it.
man. Well, that guy was really in my face. I lost my temper. I know that wasn't cool.
You are famous for that temper.
Well, I did also write several books.
Well, your latest novel is called The Sudden Stop, and it's in bookstores now.
It's kind of fucked up.
Go
You
get
spoiled
it.
the ending of the book. I mean, you could probably pick it up from the cover and everything, but still.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you tonight. I want to thank all our guests for the evening. Alan Wake, Sam Lake. Once more, do the face for a Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
And our musical guests, Poets of the Fall. Thank you, and good night.
Poets
At
of the
least I didn't
Fall.
fight it. I told myself I could live with that. I didn't say anything stupid if that's what you want to know. Are you going to start with me about drinking now?
You know what?
I should have followed her advice. But suddenly
As soon
I
as
was
she
angry.
came in, you yelling, bro? Damn.
What? Now you can't even talk to me?
Well, this morning
Pixelated
I was
butt
angry
cheeks.
because you said you'd be home at midnight and you showed up at 7 a.m. and passed out in mid-sentence. Now I'm over it. Are you angry?
This goddamn tour. It's gotten out of hand.
Oh, honey. It's almost over, right? We can get back to normal. Then you can start writing again.
No, thank you.
I'm sorry, honey.
Alan, you're not thinking straight. Just take a shower and go back to bed, huh?
Yeah, you're right, honey. I'm sorry. Once this is over, let's go away together. A vacation. Just you and me. Some peace and quiet.
Yeah, like on a lake. Bright Falls, the present day.
Somehow, the clicker
In the
was the key to
darkness.
the cabin. I had to return to Cauldron Lake to save Alice. I'm going back to the lake to finish this. I'm going to write an ending to the story in the manuscript on my own terms, to make it all right.
Forgot he had the headlamp on.
Here.
The last page is still in the typewriter. I need to read it first. Everything
This
needs
game's
to be
audio
just right.
is
Zane tried to
insanity.
cut some corners, and it didn't end well.
Okay, ready when you are.
I'm sorry, Sarah, but I need to do this alone. Barry, take her gun. Miss Weaver, close the door when I leave.
It's okay, Barry.
Good luck, Al.
Thanks, man. Can I have two guns? Like Tomb Raider?
See you later. When I got out, it was warm and sunny. I'd flicked the switch of the clicker. Had it done this? I didn't stop to question it. I had to take advantage of the sunlight to get to the lake. On Zane's page, I'd stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, about to use the clicker. That's where I was headed.
Is the clicker gonna turn it back dark and spooky again? I don't know how to feel.
Alone, in daylight, surrounded by the beauty of the Pacific Northwest landscape. It was hard not to let doubt creep in one last time. I could still chalk everything up to a dream, a delusion. I had enough imagination to make up something like this. Having been in the cabin all this time, trapped in a story inside my head, gone mad from grief over Alice's death like Hartman had claimed, there would be no
Right.
way of knowing. I told myself it didn't really matter. My course was set.
Whatever you say, bro, Chacho. So I was standing up here about to use it. We definitely have to get in the car. I was seeing if I could shoot those cans, but I couldn't. So we're gonna get to Cauldron Lake. We're just gonna drive. Shout out Verizon for sponsoring today's gameplay. Just testing the brakes, no biggie. I hate how they have that camera just to lock in. I mean, I guess I probably could walk here on foot. It would take forever, but I imagine they probably have some good Energizer. Advanced Lithium. Shout out Energizer Bunny for sponsoring today's gameplay. Hell yeah. I'll peel out. Nah, not in this hunk of shit. Thought I did a loop for a second. I mean, what a good view. You can get out and just take a look. Where's the other people, though? You'd think more people would be out, yeah? Cable TV and shit out here. Speed limit's 50 miles an hour. 97.6 KBF. Now, if I was a betting man, I would say that somewhere over in this general vicinity, there's a thermos, because them hard-working blue-collared boys love their Campbell's chunky soup. Found a thermos. What's down here? Take advantage of this daylight, by the way. Just for the moment. Obviously, I can't go in here, by the way. It's all kind of like closed off. Yeah, there's no way of getting in there. Ugh. All right, bud, get back in the fucking car. He gets winded so easily. Let's go in this tunnel. I do appreciate them naming this Bright Falls when it gets dark and spooky and shit. Well, that was a good trip we just had. I'm back. What happened?
As it touched me, there was a link between us. Always would be. I could feel its presence again, getting closer.
Right as I got to the outside light. Fuckers.
Kill your wife.
Don't forget I wasted 3 shots earlier like a fucking goof, but what is that? It was weird. Manuscript. The dark presence wants to stop
The
wake.
dark presence was no longer trying to capture the writer so he could create the ending it wanted. The writer knew too much. He was too strong. And he carried a weapon left behind by Thomas Zane, something that could hurt it. Now, the darkness was doing everything in its power to simply stop the writer from ever reaching Cauldron Lake and the dark place it came from.
That was rude. Get in this car, man. Ah, that's what it is. You hold A down to focus your lights. I was wondering why they keep showing me that battery up there. So many cars in case your dumbass doesn't take the first one. I don't care about y'all, man. Look at this guy. I'll run him over for sure. Idiot. What y'all think I don't know how to play video games? I can't. It's tempting to try to go up there, but I don't think I'm going to. There's definitely a fucking manuscript up there, though. There's just gotta be. I'm going to Cauldron Lake. Damn, hold up. I'm in the light. I made it. Fuckers. Doing great, Alan. Doing great. Thought that was a manuscript, bro. Fuck was that? What is that? I got a flare. Don't do that shit to me.
What the hell?
Goofy shit. Don't be making me waste my fucking batteries now on this dumb shit y'all doing to me. I'm gonna die. Try and get a little bit of health back. Oh, okay. It's some equipment. You're gonna come to life right here, aren't you? Can I not? That about a fucking shit. Be smarter than the video game thing, Jeremy. Good job. Thank you. Can I get to the light now? Phew. Heal me. Thank you. Yeah, drive this thing. Right of way. Back it up, Terry. I got stuck for a second, didn't I? Am I in the fucking... Am I in a demolition derby? Yeah, this game, there's no sense to be made of it. I killed it with the power of light bulbs. Oh, I can definitely go in here. Look at all this light. Just a car, nice little safe haven for the moment. Yeah, 1 second you're having a blast, and the next second you're doing weird shit. Is that ammo? Oh, it's a flare. I have 9 bullets. I mean, I really, really appreciate you all giving me a car. There's definitely something over there. Oh yeah, this poor thing's beat to shit. I'm gonna get that other car. Yeah, he just has to get to Cauldron Lake to be able to write this story. back near the Anderson farm? This bridge about to blow up. Threw a school bus at me. Not cool, man. Think I can move this car right here? No? Okay. Another flare. Appreciate you. Y'all give me everything but ammo. Little racist. And that's okay. Oh shit! Y'all leave me alone! Doing great, Alan. Doing great, buddy. All that for a manuscript page. I'm cracked. All right, I'm good.
The bottom of Cauldron Lake was a graveyard of things the lake
Shockingly, that was the next
one
one.
way or another over the decades. The dark presence brought them up in its wake, scattering the rotten waterlogged hull of an old boat here, the remains of a long ago crashed airplane there, trees shattered under the impacts. The earth groaned. It didn't even notice.
The game is getting quieter. Horizon, and then super loud, and then echoey, and then crackly. But I'm having fun. Alright, bro. Act like you fucking driven before. Whip that shit back. There you go. I don't have a horn. I just realized that. It's kind of whack. We can stop here for a second. More cars. Checkpoints. Why? This felt like a safe haven. Here we go. Batteries. Batteries are nice, but I would like ammunition if you have any. Y'all gave me shotgun ammo, but no shotgun. I feel like this would be a good place to put a shotgun. Got a hunting rifle. I'll take that. Unless you want to give me a shotgun at some point. Can I get in this van? No. Let's go upstairs. Yeah, they put that big bright-ass fucking thing there. Gladly take more flashbangs, a flare gun. Get me fully stocked up. Out there seems dangerous. This is why they brought me out here. Aha! Carney! 5 defenseless pyramids. Look at me go, Ma. Alright. Ah, there you are. Damn, I'll walk right past you. Hey! I hear y'all's footsteps, dude. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Alright. Well, we got this open. You're dead. You're dead. Is a ramp or something right here? Cowabunga! I'm literally in an area I don't want to fucking be in. Just go ahead and activate the big damn dangerous son of a bitch, whatever you have to do to me. I don't like nothing about it, because this is like a Pinewood Derby. Not a Pinewood, you get what I'm saying. Fuck. Thanks for all the stuff.
Zane cut its heart out, but it didn't die.
Great.
The thing that wore Barbara's face kept crooning sweet nothings sugar-laced with poison. He put on the suit, untied the monster from the chair. The thing in his arms thrashed weakly, but he held fast. He stepped outside, off the pier, and into the dark water, a sinking pinprick of light descending toward a bottom that never came.
Just load it. Yeah, this is gonna go great. You wanna know how I know? They're giving me all this stuff, which means everything's gonna go smooth. And guess what? That light above me, just like I thought it would, fucking went out. Awesome. Awesome. That was the first time in this game that I got hit with like an actual jump scare. And the driving mechanic in this game is so rough, you can't really like whip the fucking car around, you know? Yeah, fuck you two idiots. I didn't kill them, but wait. Don't let it hit you. Where'd they go? This is a good angle. Yeah, maybe. Woo! It's gonna clip me. Yeah, I should stay behind it if I can. This is the most ridiculous shit. If I had to explain to somebody that I'm trying to demolish another car with my car's headlights, they'd be like, what the fuck are you playing? I did it. Would you? My truck's about to explode. Hey, get off of me. Either that or it died. No, I didn't. I'm going to assume the other two things got ran over, but the fact I no longer have a car sucks. Can I get... No, I can't get in that. Did it just need a second? Oh, I thought I stopped smoking. Can you not? God damn it, Alan, put some pep in your step, bro. Act like the world's ending. They gave me a new car. I feel like I'm on The Price is Right. Or Oprah. One of them. Imagine they didn't give me a car and I had to like keep mine alive the whole time. Nope. We'll take a second to... Put some air on me. It's getting toasty. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here at this safe haven. Not a safe haven, but it's an emergency box. That you would think would be a real thing. But if it...
When I told Barry my plan back in the well-lit room, I'd acted as if I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I was operating on the shifting logic of a dream. I had to fight my way to the lake through the horrors of the night. I had to flick an old battered light switch imbued with childhood magic. I had to write a happy ending to a horror story. I had to save my wife from the dark prison she was being held in.
That's a lot to say to somebody. What's up, Toaster? Toaster? Toblerone? The breathing sounds wild. So I got out of my car, but it was the right decision. But yeah, those emergency, like, roadside things would be really cool, but the problem is people would loot the shit out of it. You wouldn't have any flares to pick up. How far do I have to push it? I'm spamming the fuck out of that button. I think we pushed it far enough. Up. See a button to press. Another car. Yeah, Toblerones are delicious. Yeah, I'd much rather have so many more shots in this thing. Okay, pump action. I have lights I can turn on here. There's a tumbleweed. I need to get over there.
I will never give her to you.
He led that. Like, he threw that in advance. That's crazy. Like, I ran into where he threw that shit. Nah, that's gotta be a little racist. Did it kill him? Why does it give me that shitty ass camera angle? I don't know if I'm good or not. I think I am. Yeah, it seems calm now. What have you missed so far? I got a clicker. I can click things. I don't know why he hasn't used the clicker again, but that's neither here nor there. I found the well-lit room. More confusion. Yeah, that's about the gist of it. That is about the fucking gist. Oh, I can't just hold it. I do have to spam it. I think right there is good enough. You could squeeze. Or keep going. It's up to you. Personal decision. Manuscript.
The dark place I found myself in was unlike anything I could ever have imagined. It wasn't solid. It flowed. It was conceptual and subjective. For someone else, an artist in another field, it would have been very different. I could sense the story of the manuscript all around me, the words and ideas floating in the air, poised to become real.
Hell yeah. poised to become real. But, like, whose story is real? Am I supposed to follow that? I'm not. That was rhetorical. I could, though. I could just hop, skip, fuck right on down. Oh, shit. Yeah, come in here, you idiot.
I could see Mirror Peak in the distance. That's where Cauldron Lake was.
That's so fucking far. There's so much news about the author. Like, I am the author. Like, he put himself into the story, but I don't know. I don't know. Genuinely. Like, there's mentions of other names they keep giving. Like, is this Alan Wake? And there's other people. Like, there's Thomas Zane. Thomas Zane was an author that was written in this. There's Alex Shelley, which I feel like could be a big I don't fucking know. I don't know. There's a lot of things happening. Get in this. Do I get in this? I feel like it'd be a lot of fun if we got in it. Yeah. Like Resident Evil. Fucking birds. That's a close one that's going to attack me. I will shoot you with a flare gun. Look at them. They're flying right at me. Dicks. Hold that. I don't think Barry's got nothing to do with it. But so you say he's invincible, but they're characters. Like, they're characters that have been written. And Alan Wake put himself into this story. So am I playing as that character that he put into the story? There's a thermos down there. If it flies, it bends. Not a bird lover, are you? No, I'm not. I mean, I like birds, but am I tripping ass? Oh, I did find a chest though. Fuck yeah. Okay. I could have swore I saw the thermos. I think I'm more excited about what's to come in the second game. And I'm trying not to look ahead so much. But it's kind of hard not to. I feel like you should be able to jump over that, personal opinion. Alright, get back up here. Goof ass. I got a lot of shotgun. I'm good on ammo. I got the best flashlight in the game. I think. In my push it to the limit. To make this jump. It's a small jump, but all right. Fucking birds. What? What? What is it? I don't know why I'm like so hesitant on reloading this thing and saving batteries. Oh, it's getting darker and fuzzier. Come on over here, slap tits. Okay, I didn't mean like try to run me over though. Okay. All right, good. Good. Now I can go in here. This is not a safe haven. There's just a bright ass light. Awesome. Figured there'd be a TV in here. Because I don't know if we watched every episodes of Night Springs or not. We did pass up some cabins on the way here, though. Alright, I'm full on ammo. Can I get in this? Are you drivable? No, you're a piece of shit. But like, a lovable piece of shit. Okay. Yeah, that was fun. I hate these fucking fast things, dude. I see you, mother bitch. I will shotgun your ass. I see you moving. Aha! Oh, wait. There's more people. Reload! Reload! One. To who? To three. Oh, four? I mean, hell yeah. I'll take more supplies. I think I would like it more if the supplies were more missable. Oh yeah, throw another fucking avalanche at me. Like in The Last of Us, like you really have to search for your supplies. I have one flashbang, and I don't know when the best time to use it's gonna be. I'm really gonna have to go up and around in this shit, ain't I? Oh, fuck you, game. Got another flashbang. I don't even want the thermoses. Like, I'll dodge that. Try to sneak up on me, ho? Where'd that other one go? There you are. Oh, yeah, I got him. I mean, the flashbangs are nice, but like I would like it more in a clustered setting, you know? I forget he can sprint and like trying to use them to their maximum proficiencies. I know the light heals, but I'm really shocked this game hasn't done anything to like introduce health kits. Even if it was small doses of light, like shit like this. Like if the flare healed a little bit, I think would be cool. If I could point this light in my own eyeballs and it heals me up a little bit, be cool with that. Please don't throw a fucking train at me. I'm a sensitive boy. Yeah, don't throw that shit at me either. Or a boat. Listen, if you have this big of a problem with me, come talk to me, alright? Yeah, you just threw the goddamn Titanic at me. Oh, I didn't even see that stuff. Gotta go into the spoopy house. The darkness wears her face. Ooh, chest. Hey, a flashbang. The darkness controls the taken. Alright, well, some shit's gonna go down around here. Just have to kill it all, right? I got ammo. And batteries. Batteries are the biggest part of all this. Yeah, press this button.
I needed to get the generator running.
Now. How the fuck do we do that? Guess I'll explore for a second. Is that a thermos? That's some broccoli cheese soup in that one. I guess following the power lines would be the most logical way to fucking figure out where I gotta go, but, you know. What do I know? Got a lot of flare gun ammo. Let's be 5. Watch. 2. 3. Nope, just 3. Figured it'd just keep increasing. Ooh, Chainsaw Charlie. I hear you. Revving your little fucking wiener up. Oh, I thought it was a flashbang. Just fucking point blank. Was that everybody? I think it was everybody. Somebody's gonna jump me as soon as I press this. I'm impressed. Let me in. Thank you, magically opening door. I guess you could also try to run from things, but he doesn't have the stamina. It's got the stamina of a fucking boulder. Which I guess if you push it downhill is pretty quick, but...
After Zane had gone, I stood alone in the shifting dream that was the dark place. I had to find a way to the cabin. I'd written myself a way through this place in the manuscript. I followed the idea of a path. I'd written myself across the ocean that blocked my way, and with that, there was a bridge to the island beyond. The idea of the cabin flickered in the underwater darkness. I willed the cabin to be real, and it was.
Yeah, we can just talk it out. Like, everybody just wants to be violent. Why would you throw a boat at me when you could just be like, hey, Alan, like, this is what I think's going on. And I could tell you what I think's going on. See a boat. Unnecessary. I have to point my flashlight. Hey! Get away from me. Just flashbang that fucking shit, right? Does that work? It did. Where'd he go? Did he disappear because I got rid of the boat? Holy fuck, that was terrifying. Who is your toe, you old fucking hag? Ow. I mean, she is my editor, though. It's such a weird mechanic, and it makes so much sense. I like it. That's a tornado. Alice never loved me. Oh no. Why would you say that to this man? That almost came through the screen and hit me in the fucking nose. Yeah. Just walk towards it. Hello, my friend, we meet again. It's been a while, where should we begin? Feels like we're home. Do flares really hold those at bay? I could have been pulling flares out this whole time. Get away from me. Your mother. Damn, that was a fucking boat. That was a boat bust. I don't know. I just fell between two planks of wood. All right, take two on this. I'm gonna do the same thing I just did. I love it when a... Yeah, this is when the bus... Yeah, wait for the bus to go past, and then run, and then jump. Pick up a flare gun. Do I just shoot it in there, right? Watch this. Yakum. I don't know if that did anything. Yakum. I'll go. Ha! Oh. Dang, flashbangs I got lobbed in there?
It's all in your head.
Tornado Wrangler. I did something. Destroy the tornado. Fuck is happening? I'm shooting flare guns at the lights being off. Pick it back up. Do a flip. Now press the clicker, this thing that the game gave me that I haven't used. Oh. I'm about to dive in. This is just the opening of God of War.
Hell!
I don't think you want to go there.
Shh, baby. You were having a bad dream.
I don't trust you.
It was just another nightmare.
Look at those soulless eyeballs.
Everything's fine. You're home.
It wasn't a dream.
Everything's fine.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on!
Remember, Alice was initially scared of the dark.
Power's out. There's no light. Come back to bed and I'll make
Look at
you
the darkness
forget all
outside.
about your fear of the dark.
My fear? It's your fear.
Yeah, your fear.
Why aren't you afraid? You're not Alice. Turn the lights on now. Where's the clicker? What did you do with it?
Alan, you're scaring me now. Come back to bed. Have you taken your pills? Do you want me to call Dr. Hartman? Come back
You taking
to
your
bed,
pills?
Come back to bedtime.
I read your manuscript. It's brilliant. The picture is your best work yet.
I clicked, I think. I don't know what's happening. Oh, there's Bioshock again.
You must find your way to the cabin. It stands in your way. It won't let you pass. It has no heart. It's filled with darkness. You must fill its heart with light.
Fuck is that? Is that me? Am I you?
Don't mind him. He's Mr. Your friends will meet him when you're gone.
Who the fuck is Mr. Scratch?
Use the clicker.
I've had the band-aid over my eye for a minute. This is still Band-Aid eye. Telephone pole. Okay, things are now replaced with words. Except for that couch for some reason. Thermos. Barrel. Look at it. This phone's ringing like a bitch, ain't it?
I followed the idea of a path.
He found the idea of a path. All right, good for him. Shoebox.
What?
I'm leaving you, Alan. I met someone. I'm in love with someone else.
Alice? No, what
She says she's in love with somebody else.
You don't love me. You need to love yourself. All you do is torture yourself with work you can't do anymore.
No, I love you more than anything in the world. You're my muse.
I'm not.
Who are you? What have you done with my Alice?
Alan? What are you doing? Put the light back on. What are you doing, Alan? Stop. Put the light back on.
It wasn't true. Nothing like that had ever happened. You're not my Barbara.
Tom, let me go. I promise
The
to be good. Please, untie me, you naughty boy.
Cracker Barrel. Oh, Barrel Crate.
I know how deep your trust is. I will love you forever.
No, you're not Barbara Jagger. I made a terrible mistake. I should have never written you back. You came back wrong. Your heart is filled with darkness.
Put that knife away, Thomas. Put it down.
Your heart is filled with darkness. Cut it out. Take you back to the dancing caveman. I will the cabin to be real. Filled with darkness.
Bringing the cabin back. Slowly but surely.
Get away from me, you hag. Where am I?
There's Alice talking, so just said Alice above me.
Alice, I'm coming.
Your husband refused to do as he was told.
Right. This is
All
right.
he had to do was write what I wanted him to write.
Now it's too late. Was the last word she was about to say.
Now you will never get her back.
There's no heart. That's what they said, just darkness.
I am
Much older than you.
Okay.
Older than your first work of art. I will find a new face to wear. Someone else to dream me free.
turned on all the lights with the clicker in this cabin that isn't real, that was under the lake that we went to on vacation. My elbow pads.
I could feel Alice's presence close by. I understood what I had to do now. I knew how to write the ending to Departure. There's light and there's darkness. Cause and effect. There's guilt and there's atonement. But the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. That's where Zane had gone wrong. There's a long journey through the night back into the light.
Why does every author use a typewriter? What if you mistype something? What if you type the wrong thing? Can't backspace.
Oh no!
Oh no! I'm about to dive in. She's getting pulled. You ain't swimming fast enough. You about to pass out from exhaustion. Better get to kicking. So Alice appears out of the water, but there's no cabin because the cabin never existed, which means if he went there with her to this cabin that never existed, how would she jump into the water to rise up and what?
Alan? Alan?
That right there, that fog is the darkness, no? She's alive, but screaming for Alan. It's daytime. Unless there's like two flipped worlds where one has the lake and one doesn't. Right? Like one's a story world and the other's like a real life thing. 'Cause we still have Deer Fest. Look, Deer Fest is going on. Hell yeah, the old gods of Asgard, Odin and Thor. Oh, yep, Deer Fest. Rose now has the lantern. And there's typing from inside of the restaurant. Oh, never mind, he's right here.
It's not a lake. It's an ocean.
Alan, wake up.
You completed the game on normal difficulty. What? I missed 103 manuscripts. Hey, I did really good on thermoses, actually. 67%'s not bad. I found all the radio shows. I missed one TV. I didn't know the signs were a thing. What the fuck is playback? Cinematics? I don't want to play back no fucking cinematics. Oh. What the fuck is Mr. Scratch? Okay. So Alan Wake writes a story about Alan Wake. But Thomas Zane was also an author who died, but left him deleted. He wrote himself to where all of his work never existed, but left a fucking clicker that can turn the light on. But then there's also Alan Wake's book about Thomas Shelley, or whatever the fuck his name was. So Alan Wake takes a vacation with his wife to this cabin. His editor drags her to the bottom of this lake. It's not a lake, it's an ocean. Either way, it's a fucking body of water, okay? Drags her through. He wakes up in the darkness. Does the cabin exist with the darkness, or does real life exist with the dark, or does real life exist with the cabin? Because the other option, the cabin's not even there. It never existed. It was on top of a volcano that erupted in the 70s. Is Alice real? Mr. Scratch was a person that they introduced for a split second. Why the fuck was that dude dressed like Bioshock? Is it because he was in the bottom of the ocean? Is it two sides? Is it the upside down? Did the people he killed, were they real people that was actually being murdered? He wrote himself into the story to write an ending in his story to save Alice. Alice is alive, but it seems like she's alive in the real world, and he's still stuck in the darkness. I have no fucking clue. I don't know. You sound so much more confused when you... Yeah! Because I am. I am immensely... Yeah, they changed the lake to an ocean, and then that's the end of it. All right. Okay. We're going to go to Google. All right. This person is just a real winner. So I'm going to buy Alan Wake 2, but when I played the original Alan Wake, I skipped all the cutscenes. I want to know the story of the first game. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos explaining the story. I'm still massively confused because the story is so bizarre and weird. I got a video for you straight from Sam Lake himself explaining the story. Okay. What the fuck is this? Why would it be important that the Zane dude wrote some of the story and completely write himself out? Why wouldn't they just leave the clicker? Because he's wrote stuff. It's all interweaved. This guy has wrote a lot. Instead of me watching it, I think I'm going to give it a shot to read this first. Since no one is bothered, I'm going to do this. Particularly because I just played through everything from Control, blah, blah, before Alan Wake. In the late 1960s, a popular writer named Thomas Zane lived in Bright Falls, Washington, in a cabin on Cauldron Lake. So Thomas Zane, an author, lived on this cabin. He was in a relationship with a local girl named Barbara Jagger, who he considered his muse, much like Alan Wake considers Alice. Aside from being a writer, Zane loved diving. That's why he had on the suit. He presumably chose to live on Cauldron Lake because of the incredibly deep. It's incredibly deep due to it being a volcanic crater. Zane discovers that while around Cauldron Lake, the poems and stories he writes have the power to change reality. Now he has to use that ability early on. Wait, how he used it is unknown. A young man named Emil Hartman becomes Zane's assistant at some point along the way. Cauldron Lake is in a place where the world connects to another dimension called the Dark Place. That makes a lot of things make more sense. It's most often reached by diving down under the lake. So it's sometimes described as being under Cauldron Lake, although that's not entirely true. Zane, being a diver with a badass high pressure suit, almost certainly knew that something was weird down there. July 10th, 1970, Barbara Jagger drowns in Cauldron Lake under mysterious circumstances. We don't know whether she genuinely just drowned or if the dark presence took her. Hartman, Zane's writing assistant, comes up with an idea. Write her back. Surely not going to go wrong, right? Zane writes Barbara Jagger back into the world, but she's not herself. Rather than actually being Barbara Jagger, what returns is only an entity, the dark presence wearing her skin. Okay? To prevent the dark presence from spreading, Zane does something drastic. He writes himself and this island of Cauldron Lake out of reality. On July 18th, 1970, 8 days after Barbara's death, there's a volcanic eruption swallowing the island and taking Zane with it, probably triggered by Zane's writing. This caused Zane and the cabin to become permanent residents of the Dark Place. Zane apparently already knew how to survive in there and wore his diving suit for the occasion. So that alone, the reason there's nothing there, the reason there's not a cabin, is because Zane rolled it out of reality. He had that actual real world power, but the cabin is still in the Dark Place. But yet, Alan Wake takes his wife there, but that's already in the upside. You see what I'm saying? Okay. This is a good place to mention that throughout these stories, it's implied that the Dark Place only changes things if what's written is significantly dramatic. Often this drama involves a sacrifice. Presumably Zane sacrificed himself in a bargain to return the Dark Place to the lake. Zane wrote a loophole in. Anything of his written in a shoebox would stay. People close enough to the lake still remember Thomas Zane, if only as a local spook story. It turns out that Thomas Zane wasn't the only person who could change reality around the lake. Tor and Odin Anderson, musicians and friends of Zane, discover that they can do this as well. It's implied that the entire town of Bright Falls dealt with the consequences of Zane writing Barbara back, and everyone just refuses to talk about it. Most people only know that something weird happened. Tor and Odin probably fought the dark presence in those 8 days in July. A woman named Cynthia Weaver, who had a crush on Zane, starts to see Zane in dreams and visions. Zane tells her about the dark presence and instructs her to prepare for a future conflict, which she does by making sure every light bulb in town is functional, living at the local power plant and making a room called the well-lit room. The town sees her as that crazy light bulb lady. Cynthia Weaver, great, but she has the visions of Zane. The Anderson brothers make moonshine out of the water from Cauldron Lake. The moonshine causes them to see things. Somewhere along the line, they fight the dark presence and receive assistance from Cynthia Weaver. They record instructions for fighting the dark presence into a song alongside a song about Thomas and Barbara. Hartman, Zane's old writing assistant, realizes that artists in general are capable of changing reality around the lake, or at least powerful artists. He starts a mental health clinic which specializes in treating artists right on the lake. That's why Odin and Tor were there. So I feel like that was in the real world. Maybe, right? I don't know. Hartman seems to have a better understanding of how all of this works than anybody else does, and secretly searches for another artist with the right stuff. Exactly what his stake is remains unclear, although apparently the AWE expansion features him. Excuse me. Cauldron Lake gains a reputation for being a place where weird shit happens. The dark present appears in small ways at times just to screw with people. Hartman writes a book in 2010 called The Creator's Dilemma, which is essentially an advertisement for the clinic. Alan Wake is a writer. He lost his father at a young age, and he got his start in professional writing on a horror TV show called Night Spring. So Alan Wake wrote Night Springs. Okay. Fun fact, it's literally just a Twilight Zone. Turns out Night Springs was secretly funded by the Federal Bureau of Control. Not important here, though. Yeah, it's just, we knew it was Twilight Zone. Alan was afraid of the dark as a child and pretended to have a magical light switch called the clicker to drive the darkness away. In the 2000s, Alan became famous for his series of books about hard-boiled eggs detective named Alex Casey, culminating in The Sudden Stop in 2008, which is about Casey's death. Fame gets to Alan's head, and he becomes a bit more of an alcoholic jackass. Note, Alex Casey is literally just Max Payne with the serial numbers filed off. Fair enough. During Alan Wake, so that's all before Alan Wake. Let's get into actual Alan Wake now. In 2010, Alan Wake has written no more books. He starts having strange dreams. They actually take place at Rain Point Lighthouse near Bright Falls, but Alan doesn't realize this. Thomas Zane appears to Alan in at least one of these dreams and warns him about the dark presence. Alan Wake isn't the only one who experiences dreams like this. Former FBI agent Robert Nightingale has similar premonitions and ends up convinced that Alan Wake is going to cause some sort of disaster. It's been implied that Nightingale has experienced supernatural phenomena before, and it led to the death of his partner, a guy named Clay Stewart, who also experienced weird dreams. Just so he can show up in Alan Wake's dream at the beginning of the game as a cameo for a tie-in book. Clay eventually showed up at Bright Falls to see what was up, but the events of the game had already occurred by then. Cool. Alan Wake's wife, Alice, reads Hartman's book, The Creator's Dilemma, worried about Alan's increasingly angry, erratic, sometimes violent behavior. She convinces Alan to take a vacation with her to Bright Falls, not telling him about Hartman. She knows that Alan would be pissed. She actually calls Hartman a few times before the trip to arrange something so Hartman is aware that Alan and Alice are coming, and ask a guy named Ben Mott to tell the Wakes when they arrive. Hartman's exact plan is unknown, but he was clearly hoping for Alan Wake to write him 3 wishes or something. Julie, thank you with your Prime sub for 26 months. I appreciate you. I don't know why I said it like that. Thank you for 26 months. The arrival of Alan Wake at Bright Falls causes the dark presence to wake up. So Alan coming to Bright Falls causes the dark presence to awake. Got it. Alan and Alice are planning to staying at a motel, but the dark presence, disguised as Barbara Jagger, gives Alan the keys to the bird leg cabin, Zane and Barbara's old home, on Diver's Isle instead. So this is real world. The cabin doesn't exist, but the darkness has risen. It's back in the real world and gives them the keys to Bird Leg Cabin. Diver's Isle, of course, doesn't exist anymore. It's sunk to the lake and into the dark place, but Alan and Alice don't know that. When they're at Diver's Isle, Ben Mott discovers their car where the old bridge used to be. The couple is nowhere to be found. They aren't in the dark place, but they aren't in our reality either. The dark presence emanates what happened to Thomas Zane. Alice Wake, the A names are throwing me off. Alice Wake seems to drown in the lake, although this time it's clear that the dark presence took her. The dark presence then touches Alan Wake, causing a sort of insanity/light hypnosis. The dark presence tells Alan, acting as his assistant, that he can write Alice back into this world. Alan complies, shutting himself away in the cabin to write. This is in the real world. Alan's agent, Barry Wheeler, realizes something is wrong and he can't contact either of the Wakes and goes to Bright Falls. Meanwhile, Hartman gets a report from Mott and seems to realize that the dark presence is already having Wake write a manuscript, which is what Hartman wanted to do himself, and they come up with a plan to get the manuscript from Alan. The story Alan writes, called Departures, influenced by the dark presence, like a vindictive genie twisting wishes. In this altered state, Alan keeps giving the dark presence more and more power in the story, and it wraps into a horror story where every character dies. Alan is just lucid enough to recognize the danger and writes Thomas Zane into the story to fight the dark presence and free him. Zane is actually able to appear to distract the dark presence as long enough to give Alan time to escape. Zane makes sure to grab the manuscript for the departure as well. Alan, delirious from spending a week in the cabin, crashes his car. When he wakes up, he has amnesia, and his last memory is of diving into the water to find Alice when she drowned. The events of departure begin to unfold, with the dark presence taking townies and tourists and terrorizing Alan. What the fuck? I'm reading this again to myself. Hold on. So why Alan, in the real world, he's writing departure. He's writing it. He's influenced by this dark presence, okay? Twisting the wishes. So Alan is giving this dark presence more power in his story because that's what the dark presence wants. That's why it got as strong as it did. That ends up turning into a horror story where all of these characters die. He's just lucid enough to recognize the danger, so he writes Thomas Zane into the story, the other author that died at this place, to write the dark presence, to free him. Zane is actually able to appear and distract the presence for long enough to give Alan time to escape. Again, because what you're writing happens. So Zane appears to distract the presence, so now Alan can escape. That's when we had the car wreck. So now that he has amnesia, the fucking manuscript that he wrote is now beginning to happen. I'm going to throw up. Go slower. Probably that dang Cthulhu. Probably that damn crustacean from the whatever era. I don't remember what he said. Asking me for tree fitty. Okay. All right. All right. We got another thing here. Here we go. All right. Thomas Zane, trying to help Alan along, and because Alan wrote it this way, keep that in mind, spits pages of departure out into Alan's path so he has some warning as of what's coming. So Thomas Zane is the one giving us those pages as we play through. While Alan is at the local police station dealing with Alice kidnapping the police suspicion, Ben Mott contacts Alan and claims to have he's kidnapped Alice. Right. They meet. Mott demands the manuscript that Alan wrote. He's trying to get it for Hartman. Alan, not wanting to admit that he doesn't have the whole thing, says it's not finished, and Mott gives him 2 days to finish it. The dark presence touches a girl named Rose, who Alan met, and has her call Alan, claiming that she has the manuscript that he wrote. Alan and Barry go to meet her, and she drugs them. They spend the day asleep in the trailer. This is strange. The dark presence doesn't really do anything here. It wanted Alan to finish the manuscript under its influence, but doesn't do anything the whole day and just leaves him there. Who knows? Maybe Zane helped again. The guy who owns the trailer park is concerned and calls the cops. Here comes Nightingale, finally shows up, and he plans on just shooting Wake to prevent whatever disaster he thinks is going to occur. Pretty much everyone, including the sheriff department, thinks he's an idiot. Alan goes to meet with Mott again. His 2 days are up. Before he can meet, the dark presence arrives to antagonize Mott, questioning what he and Hartman wanted Wake for. Alan overhears that. They don't actually have his wife, but still isn't aware that Hartman is involved. The dark presence tosses him into Cauldron Lake, and he's knocked unconscious once again. His brain's just scrambled eggs at this point. Hartman actually finds Alan in the lake and locks him in the clinic. He tries to gaslight Alan into believing everything that happens was just a delusion. It turns out that Tor and Odin Anderson now live in the clinic, and they tell Alan they've left a message at their old house explaining how to destroy the dark presence. They call it Baba Yaga. Barbara Jagger, you can turn that in, the boogeyman, Baba Yaga, John Wick, and mistake Alan for Thomas Zane. Alan notices a picture of Hartman and Alice's kidnapper on the wall and realizes what's going on. The dark presence attacks the clinic, and then things are back to normal. Alan and Barry go to Tor's in the old house with the hunch that they learn how to fight the dark presence. There they hear the song that Tor and Odin had wrote, instructing them to contact Cynthia Weaver. After drinking some of their special moonshine, Alan's memories of what happened after Alice was taken returns. Cynthia Weaver takes Alan and Barry to the well-lit room. In a shoebox is, of all things, Alan's clicker he had as a child. There's also a page which Thomas Zane wrote, which is about how Alan got the clicker as a child. This, and a number of other hints, especially now that Alan Wake 2, I'm not reading that, implies that Thomas Zane actually wrote Alan Wake into the world, just so he could do this. Maybe. People argue about it, blah, blah, blah. Zane isn't Zane anymore. Blah, 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 blah. He could just have the skin of the light presence. That's fucky. Alan makes his way to Cauldron Lake. He jumps in the water, or he jumps in with the clicker, entering the dark place for real. This is probably only works because it's written this way. He uses it to kill the dark presence, but he's still stuck in the dark place, and so is Alice, although he can't see her. Zane introduces Alan to a doppelganger called Mr. Scratch. Apparently, Mr. Scratch will replace Alan Wake in the real world because he doesn't have the bandage. Alan, understanding the dark place needs a sacrifice for anyone to return, which is where Zane went wrong, finally writes the ending to the departure. He stays in the dark place and Alice is released onto the shores of Cauldron Lake. In the DLC, Alan's stuck in the dark place, specifically in the Cauldron Lake cabin. He's gone completely insane. He lies on the floor convulsing, creating a story of how the dark place kills him. When it comes true, but the protagonist of the story is the rational part of his mind, he's trying to let go of his sanity forever. You play as the sane part of Alan Wake, getting back to the cabin to stop you from killing yourself. With Alan's sanity restored, he begins to write the sequel to Departure, titled The Return. Holy fuck. This person's name is Mummlepuffin. Bless you. 3 months ago for typing all of this. So we never were in the darkness until the end of the game. All of that took place in the real world because of the way that these two things intertwine. And they saw the cabin because the darkness made them see the cabin. But Alan Wake wrote all of those things to happen in the departure while he was stuck in the cabin. So we were actually playing as Alan Wake, but he wrote Thomas Zane back into the story after Thomas Zane wrote himself out of existence. Fuck. This person, you skipped the cutscenes? Like I said, I was dumb. A gamer's worst sin. That happens. It is pretty bad combat. The gameplay's okay, but like, holy shit, dude. That's insanity. Alan Wake said, when you stare into the abyss stares back. That's a lot. I'm gonna keep this Sam Lake video. I'll probably watch that before I dive into Alan Wake 2 at some point. That is fucking bonkers. That really helped me make sense of all this because I'm sitting here like, okay, there's Thomas Zane, there's Shelley, there's Alan. He's writing the story. He put himself into the story. Everything. Yeah, you kill stuff with a flashlight, which is like, it's innovative. You know, it's innovative. Doesn't mean it's a good innovation, but it's innovative. That's fucking insanity. Everything about it. Overall, though, I enjoyed the game. It's definitely a mindfuck. I don't think it's a horror game. I could see where it has horror elements to it, though. Clearly. It's just a big, twisty mindfuck. I'm glad that I played it. I think if I jump right into Alan Wake 2, even though they said I could jump directly into Alan Wake 2, that it would be... I feel like I'd be confused. Now, I did play Quantum Break, and Quantum Break was inspired by Alan Wake from an episode of Nightshade. Quantum Break was amazing. I love Quantum Break. Really fucking twisted ass game. I would love to replay that again. But I think I also need to play Control at some point. I'll save Control, but for right now, I'm going to go ahead and buy Alan Wake 2 just to do it. I'm not going to play the Alan Wake DLC because I just read what happens. I just really want to get into Alan Wake 2. Not tonight. $80, God! I'm going to get the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition comes with the Night Springs expansion and the Lake House expansion. So I don't care about anything else, but it comes with the expansion pass. So if I want to play the extra stuff, yeah, this doesn't come with anything. So, and again, it won a bunch of awards. It's nominated for Game of the Year. There's a lot of stuff going on.